Hi everyone, Jessica Mockett here. I'm a feline holistic health coach as well as a cat behavior and training expert, and I'm also an energy healer. I am a practitioner of the emotion code, the body code, and the belief code. And I'm here today to do a demonstration on how to use the body code for our beloved pets. Before I jump into that demonstration, I really want to focus for a moment on why doing body code for pets can be so beneficial. If your pet has a health issue, rebalancing the energies of the body and clearing the negative energies allows the animal's body to heal more readily. If your pet has a training or behavior concern, the same kind of energetic rebalancing shifts away old thinking and allows the animal to adopt new patterns of behavior more quickly. If you are carrying fear or frustration or impatience toward your animal who may be ill or have a behavior challenge, doing body code for yourself clears away those energies and then allows you to interact with your animal in a way that gets the outcomes you actually desire. I want to share some examples with you from past clients with their animals. The first example, a client adopted a dog with an abuse history, and he was afraid of feet and leashes and walks and petting and a lot more. And after a handful of body code sessions, he no longer feared the leash or taking a walk. And after additional sessions, he accepted petting with excitement. Another client trapped a feral cat and wanted to bring this cat into her life. And for 6 months, she had her in a safe room and did her best to tame this cat according to instructions she found on the internet, but they weren't working. After 6 months, she still couldn't approach the cat. So she hired me to help her, but on top of hiring me for behavioral consultation, she also decided to do the energy work, which really enhanced what we did environmentally and training wise with this cat. Within a single month, this person who had worked for 6 months was finally able to touch the kitty cat. The kitty cat readily walked up to her, accepted pets, accepted love, and was purring up a little storm. Another client lost 2 cats out of 4 within a short amount of time. And the 2 remaining cats developed some behavioral concerns, including fighting. The one cat was bullying the other cat, and the other cat began to overgroom out of stress. We did some energy work to discover, what can we do to help these kitty cats? And through the body code and my intuitive abilities, we were able to pinpoint a few things that really helped the guardian to understand how to help her kitties in the grieving process and how to help them move forward. I hope these examples help you see how the body code could be of benefit to your furry friend, whether it's a training concern or a health issue or an abuse or trauma background. Body code can really lift the burden that they are carrying or the burden that you're carrying on their behalf. Hopefully you like the galaxy behind me. I really wanted to actually emphasize the woo-woo. What is woo-woo, you say? If you're not sure, woo-woo is actually a derogatory term that's used to describe alternative healing modalities that some feel are not valid. They're not willing to even try it without scientific data or causational studies. Modalities that might be considered woo-woo by some would be energy work, healing, crystals, homeopathy, cupping, acupuncture, light therapy, EFT, and so much more. Did you know that chiropractic care 30, 40 years ago was also considered woo-woo? But after the culture has broadly accepted it, it is a standard and legitimate form of healthcare in our society now. There are an ever-increasing number of scientific studies to back up modalities like meditation and energy healing, light therapy, tapping. It's so exciting to see these studies come forward, proving what those of us who have been using this work for many years have already come to know on our own. Let us not forget that science is ever evolving. What is fact now in 30 years could be totally false. What we believe now is truth could in 50 years be laughable to the next generation. Let's recall that once it was fact that the world was flat, or that bloodletting was healthy when you were sick, or that cocaine was really good for a migraine. So with that in mind, we're gonna jump into learning more about body code, and hopefully you'll come at this with an open mind, with a believing heart, with a hope that this can work for your pet or for yourself. So let's get into it and discover body code. Let's talk about how the body code works. What is it? So the basics of body code are as follows. This energy healing modality was created by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who authored the books The Emotion Code, The Body Code, and soon to release The Heart Code. Everything is made of energy, including our emotions and physical imbalances. As a healer, I set aside my own subconscious mind and invite a connection with you or your pet's subconscious mind. The subconscious mind knows everything about that individual. Every moment of their existence is stored. The individual does not need to be present when working on them, because the remarkable power of working with energy and our ability to be truly connected happens across distances. I use applied kinesiology, otherwise known as muscle testing, to receive yes, no, strong, weak answers on behalf of the individual I'm working on. I specifically use the ring and ring method when muscle testing. It looks like this. And I'm looking for yes, no, strong, weak type of answers. So for an example, if I say, my name is Gertrude, my name is Gertrude, it's a weak answer. I'm breaking through easily. And that's because my name isn't Gertrude. My name is Jessica. My name is Jessica. And I am not intentionally doing this. I'm allowing my muscles to be relaxed. So we're looking for strong and weak answers. So my name is Gertrude. My name is Jessica. And that's how we use applied kinesiology for energy work and finding out what we need to release for ourselves or our animals. The body code is an app of map systems. And I muscle test through that to pinpoint the next thing the subconscious wants us to release, rebalance, or identify. Once the energetic item is identified, we can release it or rebalance it. In a typical pet session, I usually perform between 7 and 10 releases or rebalances. In an adult human session, I usually release or rebalance 10 to 13 times. And I find that the difference is about physical and mental capacity, as well as our companion animals tend to be more sensitive to the work. Keep in mind that there is an element of subjectiveness to energy work. But as a practitioner, I do my best every single time to be in tune and aligned and connected with my client to receive the correct answers on their behalf. Sometimes at first blush, the energies that we're releasing seem a little odd or like they don't apply. Often in those moments, I'm able to receive a little bit of intuition and help guardians to make the connections to understand why that energy might be something their pet is experiencing. Dr. Nelson, who created this modality, loves to say anything can cause anything, and that is to help us keep our minds open, because we really don't know what connects to what within the subconscious, within the physical body, within the mental or emotional, spiritual body. So that's why anything can cause anything. Okay, let's do a short sample session for you. I'm going to be working on my kitty cat, Skippy John. He is a bit of a bully to the older girls in my house. He's the youngest, they're the oldest, and he can be pesty to them. So we're going to do a session to help release some of the energies that might be contributing to his desire to bully them. The top of each session, I always begin with a prayer, and I take that time to focus and feel connected and ask for divine assistance so that I do my best work for the individual that I'm working on. I then take a moment or two to focus on that person's energy, to tap into their subconscious mind, and sometimes it helps to have a photo, an image of the individual to help me concentrate and really narrow in. Then I figure out how we're phrasing the session. What is the goal? What is the statement? What are the correct questions we should be asking? My goal for this session is to help Skippy be more peaceful in the home. So the questions might be, what energies, what imbalances can the subconscious identify to help Skippy be a more peaceful and content kitty in the house? Once we've got that done, it's time to use our applied kinesiology and the application maps to figure out where the subconscious wants to lead us to then find what we need to release. So I open up the maps and I'll use muscle testing and ask questions like, are we going to this side of the chart or this side of the chart? And I'll get a strong answer for one of them. And then I'll go up to that side of the chart and say, are we going here, here, or here? And I'll get a strong answer for one of those things. And then we dive deeper into the maps, and that's how it will work. When we've identified our energy or what we need to rebalance, we swipe down the governing meridian in order to release those energies or ask for those rebalances. I then will do that by proxy for the individual or animal I'm working on. I do this. I use my own governing meridian and I swipe my forehead to the back of my neck. And then I will ask on behalf of that individual to release. I always take complete notes for the guardian. Sometimes guardians are on the phone while we do the session, sometimes they're not. This gives them something to refer to. Okay, taking a second to tap into Skippy John's energy and asking to do good work on his behalf. Okay, Skippy John Jones, my little guy. We want to help you today. We want to help you be more peaceful in the home. Where's the first place you want to go in the body code? On the right or the left of the charts? And we are going to energies. And dominantly, sessions are in energies. So this is a really common place for us to be going. Now we're in this map, so I'm going to say, are we going to the right side of the chart or the left? So are we looking at post-traumatic, offensive energies, or mental energies? We're looking at a mental energy for Skippy. Are we going to this side of the chart or this? A will to energy. We've got a will to energy, which means he wants to do something, but there's a negative aspect to that want. So we're going to look at clearing it. So we've got this will to chart. Is there something on this chart that's going to work and apply to Skippy John for this situation? And there is. An A or B, odd or even, 2, 4, B4, a will to prevent, a will to be alone, a will to be punished, a will to be controlled. A will to be alone is what's testing strong. So now I'm going to ask, is there anything else we need to understand about this will to be alone energy on his behalf? So we're just going to release that. So I'm going to say, Skippy John, we want to release for you this will to be alone energy so that you can be at more peace within the home. You can be a nicer kitty to your sisters. And we ask for this release with love and with gratitude. We want a more peaceful home. So Skippy, what can we do for you in the body code to help you to be more peaceful? On the right or the left in energies. Okay, a post-traumatic energy. Is it on this side or this side? Physical trauma energy, physical emotional shock, physical trauma energy. I'm just going to ask, is there anything else we need to know about this physical trauma energy? Anything we need to identify or specify? No. Is there anything associated with it we need to release? No. So we're going to go ahead and release that. Skippy, on your behalf, we want to release this physical trauma energy from you to allow you to be more peaceful in our home, to allow you to be kinder to your sisters. And we ask for that in love and gratitude. Now, I should note here that Dr. Nelson doesn't teach us to speak through the releases, but I just find words are so powerful and it's so helpful to myself, to guardians, to the universe when we're speaking words. They bring power. So we've released that for Skippy John, so we're going to do one more, back to the home on the maps. All right, Skippy John, on your behalf, what can we do in the body code today to help you be more peaceful? Good, on the right of the charts, to the left, in energies again. It's pretty simple. It's usually where we go in a session. On this side of the chart or this side, post-traumatic, offensive, or mental energies again. This side or this side, a will to, no will to, or broadcast message. We're in broadcast messages, so we're going to scroll down to our chart here. And I'm going to ask, is the broadcast message for Skippy John in this chart or something close to it energetically? Yes. Is it going to be in column A or B or C, A or B or C, odd or even, 2, 4, maybe he likes 4 today, so C4. A broadcast message of hurt me, ignore me, kill me, leave me alone, or lie to me for Skippy John. And it's leave me alone. Interesting. I always assumed he was seeking attention. Do we need to know more about that? Anything associated? No, we're just going to release it. All right, Skippy John, on your behalf, we are releasing this leave me alone broadcast message, this energy that you're putting out into the world. We ask that it be released on your behalf with love and gratitude. In a normal session, I would continue on to release another 4 to 7 energies, but for this video we've just done 3 releases. Hopefully this gives you enough of an idea of what to expect in your own sessions. Most pets and people feel better immediately after a session, but it is totally possible to have a negative outcome after a session where you or your pet feels a little more irritated or a little more fatigued or even a little depressed. So be aware that that's a possibility. We are shifting energies. And when we shift energies, things have to, take a second to work themselves out and rebalance. Know that if that happens, things have shifted and things will improve in the long run. Our own health and behavior concerns or our pets' health and behavior concerns rarely resolve with a single session. It often takes multiple sessions to get to the bottom of that particular issue and helping and supporting energetically. I like to recommend at least a 3-session package. This way, you have those 3 individual sessions that are done over a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and then you can gauge and see, do I feel better? Does my animal behave differently? Am I having an easier time breaking through with the training process or the socialization process? And that way you can gauge, is energy work being effective in this situation for this animal or for myself? Energy work is only part of the wellness journey. It's an important part, it's a great part, it's an easy part. However, there's often more we have to do, especially with our pets. There's training, there's environmental enrichment, there's nutrition to look at, there's potentially supplementation to include. So energy work is only part of the process. Doing it enhances the process. It gets you to the point where you want to be faster than not doing it. I'm a body code practitioner for pets as well as people. And I love to help guardians look at themselves because our animals are often a mirror for us. So if we're really stressed, we have a lot of anxiety in our lives, or we have heartbreak we haven't dealt with. Sometimes our animals have behavior problems or training problems or health problems even because they're absorbing our energies and they're mirroring them back to us. They act as a catalyst, no pun intended, to help us on our own healing journey. The change in your own energy increases your hope, increases your belief that your animal is going to heal or that your animal is going to change their behavior. Just a brief testimonial on the body code. This has been an amazing tool in my own life. When you have your own traumas, and all of us do, we have our traumas, we have our heartaches, we have our struggles, we have our weaknesses, we have our addictions. I have not experienced any other tool outside of the body code that is as successful as the body code. Now, it does take time, takes many sessions, but when you clear away that energetic cobweb, your life can change and shift and you can become so much more than you have been. That's my wish for all of us, for you pet guardians and for our pets themselves. So I hope you'll check out the body code, whether it's with me or somebody else. If you'd like to work with me, I can be found on PetWorks or on my website, jessicamockitt.com. Please reach out on either platform and we can get started.